me welcome you, our viewers, to another exciting episode on digital literacy. This evening, we'll be delving a little bit further in the whole aspect of analyzing digital literacy. Of course, overall, digital literacy is a critical skill for success within this 21st century. And as technology continues to evolve and play an increasingly central role in our lives, it's essential that individuals develop and maintain strong digital literacy skills in order to stay competitive in the workforce and navigate the complex digital landscape. With me today, I have two educators who are integrating technology within the teaching and learning process. I welcome Ms. Latoya Record and Ms. Kanisha Chambers. Let me begin with you, Ms. Record. Share with our viewers your understanding of digital literacy.
Hello everyone, my name is Latoya Record and I'm here to share with you my understanding of what digital literacy is. Digital literacy is an individual's ability to find, to communicate, to share, to evaluate, to communicate, to integrate information through digital technologies. Digital literacy is always evolving as newer technologies are being introduced. I think that digital literacy is important because it equips us with the necessary skills needed to effectively use digital devices such as smartphones, laptops, tablets, computers, etc.
I will now pose the same question to you as well, Ms. Chambers. Let me thank, of course, Ms. Record for such an incisive, perspective on this topic. Ms. Chambers, share with me what is your understanding of this evolving concept of digital literacy.
What is digital literacy? Digital literacy is the ability to use information and communication technologies to find, evaluate, create, and communicate information requiring both cognitive and technical skills. There are benefits of digital literacy. 1. You'll make better decisions. Digital literacy allows you to search, study, analyze, and compare information at any time in order for you to take responsible decisions. 2. You learn faster. Digital literacy allows you to study at your own pace, find data, find facts, figures, and try out new things at any time without fear.
All right, so I want to thank our two guests today, Ms. Latoya Record and Ms. Kanisha Chambers, for shedding more light as educators their understanding of digital literacy. There is no doubt that, of course, digital literacy is essential in the 21st century. It is a necessary skill for navigating the modern world, staying competitive, efficient, and relevant in the workforce. According to Gilster, 1997, digital literacy involves the ability to understand and use information in multiple formats from a wide range of sources when it is presented via computers or any other digital devices. This definition encompasses a wide range of skills, including the ability to use digital technology, communication tools, and networks to locate, evaluate, create, and communicate this important thing called information. It is the foundation of all learning and is essential for communication and participation in our modern society. And as one thinks about how to design learning opportunities that will foster digital literacy among workplace colleagues, there are at least six suggestions that and recommendations I want to put forward that can enhance the learning capabilities of our colleagues, as put forward by Riley and Rech 2019. One is to identify the digital literacy skills and competencies that are required for the workplace and the job roles of colleagues. So we have to start by identifying what is needed. What are the competencies that the educator needs at this time as he or she execute his job role, and how those skills and competencies can really make an impact in the teaching and learning process. Secondly, it is also important that we don't just look at the skills and competencies, but we develop what I believe should be a comprehensive digital literacy curriculum that will deal with the identified skills and competencies. A curriculum is important, that teachers, work persons in the workplace can go to as a point of reference. All right. Thirdly, we want to use a variety of instructional methods. Those could be through the medium of workshop, or the media of workshops, online tutorials, coaching to deliver the digital literacy curriculum. Fourthly, encourage colleagues to use digital tools and platforms in their daily work. And what this is going to do as we encourage colleagues to use it is that it allows them to become more au fait with the tools as they manipulate. It will also increase their competency and their ability to use it more effectively in the classroom environment. And of course, there should be adequate opportunities for colleagues to practice, right? So we don't just encourage, but we're providing the opportunities for them to practice, and importantly, apply their digital literacy skills in real world situations. So we want to see our educators using these tools in the classroom spaces, not just as they teach, but to use it for their overall job, in terms of how they deliver reports and things of that nature. And of course, the sixth thing is that you want to ensure that there's always monitoring and evaluation. So you can see how effective the digital literacy training program has been, and make the necessary adjustment for greater effectiveness going forward. Let us explore now some of the components of digital literacy, and I'll be sharing with you quite a few, about 7, which I think encompasses the different aspects of digital literacy. I want to begin with the idea of a digital identity. Digital identity. What do I mean by this? The ability to create, to manage, and protect one's online identity. This is crucial in this time of identity theft and scamming. This component includes understanding the importance of online privacy, reputation, and security. How do we apply this? This digital identity. We create a strong and secure online identity as best as possible, to ensure that we protect our identity. And there are applications such as LastPass or Bitwarden, that can be used to create, manage, and secure our online password, and to make the password as complex as possible. Of course, in a way that, yes, we can remember, we can retrieve it but it gives a little bit more challenge. You know, so we don't use things such as our birthdays and things of that nature, right? Another component is digital communication. This is the ability to use digital communication tools to communicate effectively with others. This component includes understanding this important thing called etiquette within the online environment and the best practices for communication, whether we're using emails, whether we're using social media or any other platform. How do we go about communicating digitally? And of course, you know, there are several tools that can be employed in this avenue. Tools, there's Slack, there is Zoom, there's Google Meet, there's Skype, and several others, you know, to effectively communicate with colleagues and teams in real time. And we use this not just for video calls, video conferencing, but to share files and to collaborate on projects. And of course, there is the central issue of digital literacy skills. How are we able to locate and to evaluate, to analyze and to use the digital information effectively? Because, you know, we have to have an understanding how to use the various search engines. And even now with the introduction of AI, we have to know how to use those search engines and to evaluate the credibility of the sources available to us and use the online database to find the relevant information. Not everything that pops up, we can't just be gullible, you know, but we have to know how to sift through. And, you know, there are, you know, historically established sites. Not saying those can't be hacked, but there's, you know, Google Scholar, there's JS Store, to find credible sources for things like research papers, you know, whether you're using citation management tools such as Mendeley or Zotero to keep track of sources and citations. You know, fourthly, another component is digital content creation. And, you know, now TikTok, for example, is one of those, you know, medium through which content creation has taken off. You know, when we talk about digital content creation, we're talking about the ability to create our own content and share that in the digital space, you know, and using a variety of media. You know, it includes understanding how to use different software and tools to create media content, images, videos, audio files. And this is not just to create for just sharing, but it is also a huge income stream now, even for educators, you know. And of course, there are several other applications that can be used for this. I mentioned tools such as Canva or Adobe Creative Suite as just two, you know. And digital security and privacy is another component that I want to explore. You know, the ability to not just identify yourself, you create your identity, but how do you secure and ensure the privacy, right? The ability to protect oneself and others from the digital threats. There are things such as cyberbullying, there's identity theft, there's online scams. And this component includes understanding how to use encryption, antivirus software, and other security tools to protect your personal information and prevent cyber attacks, which are predominant now in the digital space, right? And there are tools such as Nord VPN, there's McAfee to secure internet connection and protect from malware attacks, right? And I have just two more to share in this area in terms of the components. The ability to effectively evaluate the credibility and the accuracy of digital information, right? And one of the key components of digital literacy is the ability to just effectively evaluate the credibility, the accuracy of the information that we are receiving. Because of course, with so much information at our disposal, it can be challenging to determine what is trustworthy. And so, as Hagan Payton 2010 suggests, persons with strong digital literacy skills are able to critically evaluate the sources and information and determine which ones are accurate and reliable, right? And so, of course, we talk about overall the rationale, the above components. We believe these are essential for developing digital literacy skills in today's digital world. Each component, of course, adds a unique value to the overall literacy skills, and digital identity and security are essential for protecting oneself and personal information from online threats, to effectively communicate and collaborate with others, while digital literacy skills and content creation are essential for effectively accessing, creating, and sharing important content. I really want to thank you for tuning in this evening as I elaborated a little bit further on analyzing digital literacy. I really hope that, having provided the perspective of two educators and their understanding of digital literacy, as well as the definition of digital literacy as shared by Gilster 1997, looking at how we create learning opportunities for colleagues in the workplace, and of course the components of digital literacy, that you are coming away with a better understanding and appreciation of analyzing digital literacy. Thank you, and I look forward to you joining us again next time as we explore another important topic. Thank you for joining.